Hi there. My name is Lydia, and I had toxic mold. I'm still battling and healing from the effects of toxic mold. But today, I really wanted to talk about being immunocompromised from having mold toxicity. I definitely have healed a lot, and I can feel it. My immune system is a lot better than it was when I was in the thick of toxic mold. And since I've been healing and detoxing, I've definitely seen how my immune system has healed. But when I was in toxic mold, it was so bad. I mean, my immune system was just completely shot. It really felt like my body was just coming up with any excuse to be sick. It almost seemed like I also was experiencing other weird signs of being immunocompromised, like having pink eye, which is never had that in my life. I'm a very clean person. I feel like I wash my hands. I'm actually more on the germaphobe side of things, and that's something that over the years I've had to battle internally and heal from internally and psychologically. But yeah, it just felt like anything that I did resulted in me being sick, or anything that could cause me to be sick caused me to be sick. And when I was sick, it was so intense. Like, I feel like I never experienced just feeling a little off. It was always this intense sickness. And especially while I was in the thick of toxic mold, I always felt sick. I always had flu-like symptoms. I always felt crummy. And so actually getting the flu resulted in me being completely bedridden, and the chills, the aches, the migraines, I felt like I would have every symptom under the sun if I got actually sick or got the flu or a cold. And since then, I've definitely seen progress. I've definitely healed a lot from that point. But I still get sick. I'm still technically immunocompromised. And that is rough. Recently, I've experienced sickness back to back. It's weird during that time when, this was a couple months ago, when people were talking about this fog that was going around with weird particles in the air that was causing mass sickness. I too got sick from that time. Who's to say if it really was from that mysterious fog, right? But it is weird that there was a abnormal amount of fog here during that time that looked like it had flurries of snow in it, but there was no real way of knowing if that was really snow. And I also got sick during that time, and it was a really bad sinus infection, or sinus sickness. And now I'm sick again. This was a month later. I'm sick again, and I am sick this time because I went to a couple of different stores back to back, and that's not uncommon for me to go to stores or really push myself, run a couple errands, and get the flu, get a cold. It's actually very common. So, but this time I'm feeling a lot better than I have historically. I am recovering a lot quicker. Typically, when I am sick, when I have the flu or a cold, it lasts anywhere from a couple weeks to a month, and I have varying symptoms and they linger And there's at least a couple of days in there where it's very intense. And this time, and last time even, I was only sick for a short period of time and I recover very quickly. Right now, I think I'm on day 4. I'm just feeling kind of crummy, but I feel like I'm on the mend. I even was able to walk my dog quite a bit today, so it's good. It's very good. And I'm feeling very positive about it. So that is good. How am I doing this, you know? I think that's something that I would like to share with people, is how I'm able to recover quicker and how I've been able to heal my body and my immune system well enough to get to this point. Because I had a very intense time with toxic mold. I've talked about this several times on here, and I will continue to talk about it again and again, but mold toxicity was like hell on earth for me. It was devastating on so many levels. And I feel like I experienced every symptom under the sun. It was a rough time, and at the height of it, at the worst of it was really hard to get up to even go to the bathroom. I would cry, bawl my eyes out because my whole body just ached. And I felt like I couldn't even think, quite like a vegetable even. So much of the time. And I felt mentally just completely out of it. It was a really rough time, to say the least. And so I've gotten from that to being here, where I'm able to go out in public and go to stores, and I'm able to live life. It's actually kind of crazy because this summer I've healed enough to be able to walk my dog 3 miles a day, oftentimes 4 miles a day, and that's huge. That's huge because when I was in toxic mold, I never knew that was possible for me. I never thought that'd be possible for me. I'd hoped so much, but it was really hard for me to ever see a future where I was able to heal this much. And that's great. And since then, I've only been able to accomplish more, and that's really quite miraculous. So what I would say, first and foremost, is definitely binders are huge. Binders are, I would say, essential for healing from toxic mold, because you need something that's going to completely rid your body of toxic mold. You need something that the mold can hang on to and just flush out. So for me, I always recommend bentonite clay to people. A lot of people recommend activated charcoal, but activated charcoal is quite stripping, and it actually removes a lot of nutrients from your body, whereas bentonite clay, it's slower acting, but it's so beneficial. It actually adds nutrients to the body while it is stripping the toxic mold. So, for more natural and gentle detoxing, that's what I always recommend to people. Even though, when you're going through it, you think that the best thing is I want this out of me now. I want to be healed now. We all want this like instant result, but I don't know how my body would have reacted had I only taken activated charcoal, or no, what is it? Yeah, activated charcoal. I don't know how I would have done, because I already felt like my body was going through a lot. And I think if I would have taken activated charcoal, that would have just been too much. I don't know, because I really at that point could not handle any more sickness. I couldn't handle any more than I was already going through. And so that's always what I recommend first and foremost. But when you're sick and you got a cold, you got a flu, what do I say? What do I do? This time I made sure to be very active, very proactive on taking chlorophyll, because chlorophyll was my best friend throughout toxic mold. That was huge, because toxic mold removes oxygen from the body. And chlorophyll adds oxygen to the body. So it's this amazing thing. I take liquid chlorophyll. It's easier. And any vegetables and anything else that I eat throughout the day is just added. It's just extra. And that was really huge for me. I feel my best when I take chlorophyll. So that would be probably number one that I would recommend. Number two is vitamin D. It's one of those things where I kind of forget how useful, how beneficial vitamin D really is. And don't sleep on it. Don't sleep on it. It is one of those things where, every year I kind of forget to keep up on it. And then I go through these bouts during the winter where I am just feeling quite lousy. And they also tell you to take way less vitamin D than you actually need. So, yeah, take vitamin D and maybe take a little extra vitamin D. That's my my little suggestion. Number two, I've been eating just so many greens, just packing the greens. I've been having a really hearty salad, putting all of the vegetables that I like in it, and then putting other hearty things. So I know that I am eating like a full meal's worth when I'm eating a salad. Because I think, too, what a lot of people forget is that actually giving yourself enough calories is super important. You don't want to add any more stress, physical stress, mental stress, anything on your body when you're going through toxic mold or healing from toxic mold. You really want your body to be at ease so it can focus on healing. And so you definitely don't want to be dieting. You don't want to be starving yourself. You want to make sure that you are getting your 2,000 calories. What is it? 2,500 calories if you're a guy. I'm not sure, but you really want to make sure that you're getting that in a day. And so what I do is when I have a salad, I also put in like some nuts and seeds. I love cottage cheese, especially if it's probiotic cottage cheese. So good. So good. I love the salad dressing that I make. It has nutritional yeast, which I really don't know how many calories nutritional yeast adds, but it tastes amazing. It definitely is one of the things that I've carried over from being vegan. I'm no longer vegan, but I have carried that over, and I will continue to put that on pretty much everything because it adds B vitamins. So nutritional yeast, that's huge for my salads. Yeah, avocado. Try to make sure that you're getting some avocado in there. Of course, I know they can get a little pricey, but, try to make sure that your salads are hearty and bulky and they make a complete meal, What else have I been doing? I actually made salads in two different forms. I had a regular salad with all of that, and then I made a crunch salad for myself with my amazing salad dressing. If you guys have a lemonade, I did post how to make a crunch salad over there. If you don't have lemonade, you can't download it because it was a part of the TikTok ban. So that's why I'm not on Lemonade right now. But if you already have Lemonade, follow me over there. Thoughts of Moss, just like everywhere else. But yeah, that was, maybe try to get several different types of salad in there to help yourself out. And trying to remember to keep up on all of your daily supplements and vitamins. For me, I really don't take that many supplements anymore. While I was in toxic mold, I feel like I was really taking a lot of different things. There was a point where I was taking, beef liver vitamins to add extra iron in my diet. I no longer take those. I would love to, but they get kind of pricey. So, I do keep up on my iron if you are low iron. And ashwagandha. Ashwagandha is a really huge one. That's one that I will continue to take. And I recommend that you take as well if you are healing from toxic mold, because our adrenals suffer. Our adrenals really suffer when we're dealing with toxic mold. Because your whole body is going through this traumatic, stressful experience. And so your cortisol levels are just everywhere. Mine were the complete opposite to a normal functioning human being. It was wild how my rise and fall of my night cycle and day cycle were just flipped. It felt like an impossibility for me to wake up before 6 p.m. It was a wild time. But it's no longer like that. I'm able to wake up and be a functioning person during the day. And ashwagandha was a huge part of that. So, yeah, that's a huge one. I would also recommend taking. Or any really adrenal supplement. I think that's crucial. So, those are just some things that I've been doing to boost my immunity. I'm also going to be looking into black seed oil and glutathione. Those are things that I've heard boost the immune system, but I will, check back in when I find out if those work, and how those work. So, yeah, those are just some things that I recommend if you are looking to boost your immune system while healing from toxic mold,